Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany Jones and I will be doing my community in words and pictures on my town, Vineland, which is in southern New Jersey. This is just a couple of pictures and I want to give you a couple of fun facts before we start off. We actually are we're the biggest city in New Jersey. And you'll see in the next slide just about the approximate size in square miles. We get our name, and this is why right here is our theater, and this is, part of our downtown. But right here, you see I have grapes. We get our name, Vineland, because we actually grow grapes. So we have a lot of vineyards and wineries and farmland. So that's where that comes from. We do have a power plant. And I was told in high school, so I have not fact checked this, but I'm assuming he had to have gotten this information. A teacher of mine told me that if something were to ever happen in Trenton, we would actually become the next capital because of our size and because we have the ability to sustain our own power. So I thought that was kind of cool. And we have the only drive-in in New Jersey, so that opened up a couple of years ago, and it's still kicking. So there's that. So here's some demographics. Our population is roughly about 60,000, with about 7% of people being, toddlers. And then, teenagers after that. Over 65 is about 13%, and then females make about 52% of the population. So again, about 69 square miles. And then this is the racial population. So the majority are whites, followed by, I believe, I can't really tell, but it's the Hispanic, Black, and white not Hispanic make up the majority of this little pie chart. Education. Our high school graduation rate is about 76.4%. And then under that would be the bachelor's degree or higher, which is 17.4. And then I didn't put it on here, but I saw even smaller, like about 4% would be a graduate degree. And this is probably accurate in my experience. It's kind of, interesting to see it, but out in statistics, but yeah, that's about accurate. Income and poverty. Our median income is about 49,000 and our poverty rate is about 16.9%. So right here I have some of the schools. So what I did was the high school and the community college. So we do have a community college, and it is probably I have a video later which discusses it, but it's, pretty well known. It's pretty good college. And our high school, which is actually two buildings. So when I went to high school, it's all in the same area and it's actually divided into two buildings. So this building here is the North building, and that houses the 9th and 10th graders. And this is the 11, 12 building, which is the South building. And you could have class and you'd have to walk in between classes. I remember that being terrible in the winter. But we have a running joke that, as this is the 9-10 building, this is the 11-12 building, this is the 13-14 building. So there's that. People do go to college. It's, I don't know how, if they graduate afterwards. Many of them do go though. So here's a video that I found on our education.
The Vineland Public School System is one of the largest in the state of New Jersey. Our district is comprised of 18 schools, preschool through grade 12, which provide excellent educational opportunities to more than 11,000 students. The district includes a dedicated staff of teachers who utilize progressive technology programs to meet the needs of 21st century learners. There are also many private school options available. For those pursuing higher education, Vineland is home to Cumberland County College, which enrolls nearly 4,000 students and is ranked among the top 50 community colleges in the nation.
I like it here at Cumberland because we're ranked among the top 50 community colleges in the nation. We can come here for just a fraction of the cost of what it would have been for me to go to a four-year school. I feel like I've had a great educational experience here. I'm fully prepared to move on to my transfer school, Columbia University.
Next to the college is a new state-of-the-art technical education center which fully integrates academic and technical disciplines. Why wait any longer? Pursue your educational and career dreams in Vineland.
Okay. So there's our educational system. And just really quickly, we do have one major public school, and that's this one that I said with the two buildings. We do have 5 private high schools, 10 elementary/intermediate schools, and then 4 private elementary schools. So we do have a lot of kids and schools where people can choose from. So this is just a brief demographic about health insurance. So about 14% of our population has no health insurance under 65 years. And this is one of many little, it's called a complete care. I'm sure some of you guys, you might have something familiar, if not one of the complete cares. But they're basically places that try to accommodate people who are under Medicare, Medicaid, who have no health insurance. And I get, it's obviously an arm and a leg to go to these places, but it's more affordable for people. So I just wanted to put this in there because I thought that was really cool, that our town does offer that. Religion, we are primarily a Christian town. But what I found interesting about this statistic is that there are a lot of people who don't really identify as having a religion. And from, again, my experience, that wasn't really the case. I have a lot of Catholic friends, and a lot of people who, did attend church. So that was kind of cool to see that as well. Our formal institutions. So I want to start with our major employers. We are really big into health. So Inspira Health Network, we have 6 hospitals, 4 nursing homes. Again, like I said before, tons of emergency health centers, such as the Complete Care and the Medi Expresses and all of those. So we're really big into health around here. You can't really go too far without running into a doctor's office. Walmart, we have a Super Walmart, so that's one of, I can see where they get that. ShopRite, we have 2 of those. Omni Baking, I'm not really familiar with, but, I'm not surprised that a baking, it's a factory, so we do have a bit of a factory area, industrial areas with the industrial park, that's what it's called. And then Elwyn, New Jersey, which I believe is behavioral health or mental health services. And then this is our political affiliations. We're primarily Democratic town, except in the last elections, almost, it's very close in that one. And this is just more about that, who voted Clinton, who voted Trump. This is our economy. So about 61% of people age 16 actually work, which surprised me. Just because I've worked with adolescents in the field and a lot of them don't have jobs. So it was kind of interesting to see that statistic. Females make, and it's mostly females is what it's saying. There's a lot of people who work in the food service, healthcare service, because like I said, there's a lot of places for them to work. And, just a little bit more about retail and sales that we make in retail per year. And then I believe these statistics were all from 2012. I think up here is from 2011, 2015. More formal institutions, our police departments. We have one police department, and this is actually our city hall. It's right next to our city hall. The fire department, we have a few of them. I believe we said that we had about 5 in our town. Um, our library, we have 1 library, and then I gave you all the list of schools that we have earlier. Informal institutions. We are really big into festivals, so we have our Puerto Rican Day parade. So we do have a parade in July, it's usually, and then we have a festival with that. That's in one of our parks, and then we have our Greek festival, which is by a Greek Orthodox church. We have a ton of parks, recreational sports, soccer, wrestling, football, softball, and baseball. And I actually have a video that discusses all of that too, similar to the one that you just saw. I'm going to copy and paste.
Vineland thrives with an abundance of things to do. The city features 17 parks and recreational areas, which include picnic facilities, dozens of lighted fields and courts, and much more. There are also youth leagues in all major sports and a 28-acre soccer complex. South Vineland Park offers excellent freshwater bass fishing, and the Willow Oak Natural Area features beautiful woodland and open field environments perfect for enjoying nature's inhabitants. You can also visit Parvin State Park, which includes 2 lakes, campgrounds, cabins, and miles of wooded trails. If golf is your passion, check out one of the 9 golf courses in the Vineland area offering a choice of skill levels. If you're looking for a different kind of fun, enjoy a concert or play at the Garasini Center or the beautiful Landis Theater. History buffs can check out the Vineland Historical Society or the Palace of Depression, the strangest house in the world. Vineland is also home to the only drive-in theater in the state of New Jersey. And don't miss one of our special community events or exciting festivals scheduled throughout the year. Take a moment to unwind in Vineland.
Okay, so that makes everything look pretty and nice. So this is just a map of my community. As you can see, like I said, we're very close to Philly, and we're like smack dab in the middle of these 2 cities. And this is, in New Jersey, and this is where it is a little closer. And so right here, I mapped out City Hall. So when you think of my town, it is very rural. Like I said, as you can see in that last video, we do have a lot of parks. We do have a lot of just different areas, recreational areas, and a lot of green, I guess. And we are a farming community. We do grow a lot of vegetables. I live right next to like a vegetable plant, I guess, if you want to say, where they actually grow the vegetables and send them out. So, but it also, in this area, right where the city hall is, this is very urban, and it is one of the poorer areas. It's congested. There's a lot of rundown places, and all of the, I guess the social services, the police department, the unemployment office, all of that is right by the city hall. So it's right where, I guess, the people who would need it the most, I hate to say it like that, but would be able to access it. So when we talk about my town as being a good community, safety, crimes, they're pretty low. They're not, which was, again, a surprising statistic. But they have been the highest since they've been, since 2000, since they recorded it in 2000. Natural disasters is 16 total, and we do have a lot of emergency health centers. I did not come across anything about emergency shelters and what the process would be if we had a tornado, where people would go, or if there was flooding. I know there's a lot of issues with flooding around here, where streets will get shut down, and people will have to, make a detour. But they do well with having, getting rid of that and making sure that, we can use that road soon.